Indawalan. That's how you say hello, like the Gidakla Nation from BC. These people are also known as people of the salt water. And our author today that we're reading about, that's where she's from. So today we are going to read a story called Trudy's Rock Story, and it's written by Trudy Spiller. Okay? This story is going to teach us how we can learn to express or feel bad or negative emotions and how we can let them go too by using an old teaching that is based on a rock. At the end of the video, I'll have a posting for you about how we did our own rock paintings. Rock paintings are used and have been used for many, many centuries to express who we are, to be used as markers, or to be used for ceremony and different teachings. Today, when we make our rocks, it'll just be a way to express yourself creatively, and you can send me pictures of all your beautiful creations. Now, let's get started with our story. So, Trudy's Rock Story by Trudy Spiller. Now, I'm going to do my best to pronounce these words. I'm learning them brand new today, too. So, when Trudy was a little girl, she lived with her 4 sisters and 3 brothers. Trudy's parents also shared their home with Trudy's to sit, which means grandmother. They all lived together on a reserve not far from the mountains. Each night, Trudy and her siblings would gather at her grandmother's feet and listen to her stories. Grandmas tell the best stories. Trudy's Tisset was a knowledge keeper. Through her stories, she passed on the wisdom of her ancestors. So that's people that lived before us. She made her friends and family knowledge keepers by asking them to remember the stories and share the lessons that they learned. While Grandma told the stories, she would mix up soap berries together until they stiffened with the whipping cream. This is called a sis, and it was delicious. While Grandma told the story, she scooped out our ice cream and handed it to each child. Everyone likes ice cream, hey? Trudy's grandma told a story about the rocks of Mother Earth to solve a problem. She told the children that when their hearts were heavy with sadness or with anger, they could use a rock to feel better. Trudy listened very carefully. When you're out on a walk and you find a rock that catches your eye, it means it's meant for you. Trudy's sis explained, hold that rock tightly in your hand and tell it what you're feeling, especially if you're upset. When you feel less upset, you know you're ready to return it to Mother Earth. Then you can go put the rock back exactly where you found it. One day, Trudy's grandmother heard yelling in the house. Trudy and her youngest brother were arguing very loudly. He had teased her and Trudy was really upset. Have you ever got into an argument with your brother or sister before? I think I have. Instead of crying or sulking, Trudy told her grandmother that she was going for a walk. She put on her shoes and went into the woods. She knew that she wouldn't go far, and she promised she'd come back by supper. It's always good to tell someone where you're going. Trudy walked through the woods with tears running down her cheeks and anger bubbling inside of her. She walked along the riverbank, following its twists and its turns, and she stopped at the bend by the river where there was lots of rocks. Trudy thought about her grandmother's story, about Mother Earth, and about all the rocks. One of the rocks on the riverbank was a flat rock about the size of her palm, and it caught her eye. That means it's meant for her, right? This rock seemed special. It called out to Trudy. She felt as if the rock jumped out and spoke to her, like it wanted her to take it. Trudy remembered what her grandmother had told her. The rock was one of Grandmother Earth's many gifts. she could give her anger and her sadness to the rock. So Trudy clenched the rock as tightly in her fist as she could and began talking to it like it was someone that she trusted and loved. So we don't always need a person. Sometimes we can use a rock to tell our feelings to. She talked so much that she didn't even realize how much time had slipped away from her. The sun began to set, and Trudy knew she had to get home soon. She put the rock in her pocket for safekeeping. Trudy noticed that she was already beginning to feel less angry. She got back home just as the sun was disappearing behind the mountains. Her brothers and sisters were waiting for her to start dinner. For the next few days, Trudy carried the rock with her wherever she went. Whenever she felt upset, she took the rock, clenched it tight in her fist, and she spoke to it. She told it about the argument with her brother, and the more she spoke to the rock, the better she felt. Thanks to the rock and Mother Earth, Trudy's heart began to feel lighter, and she remembered what her grandmother had said about returning the stone to its place in nature. She told her grandmother that she was going for another walk. Trudy walked along the riverbank, following its twists and its turns, this time with a much lighter heart. Soon she came back to the bend in the river where she had found her special rock. Carefully, Trudy placed the rock back in the place where she had found it. She returned it to Mother Earth, who had given it to her when she needed it most. She thanked the rock and she thanked Mother Earth for helping her feel better when she felt so upset. Trudy had learned a valuable lesson. Mother Earth would help her deal with her negative feelings when she needed. By giving back the rock, Trudy honored Mother Earth's gift. When Trudy returned home, she told her to sit about Mother Earth's gifts and how it helped her release her anger and sadness. Her grandma hugged her tight and told her she was proud of her for understanding the story and the lesson the story was supposed to teach her. I know, Grandma said, you truly are a knowledge keeper. Today, Trudy sits with her own grandchildren and tells them the same stories. When she feels sad or angry, she finds a stone and tells it about what's bothering her. She teaches her grandchildren to do the same, and she tells them to remember the stories so that one day they can be knowledge keepers too. Now you know Trudy's rock story. You are a knowledge keeper too. If you feel sad or frustrated, you can find a stone wherever you go. And when a rock speaks to you, you hold it in your hand and share your feelings with it, and soon you'll feel better. And when you feel better, you should return the stone to Mother Earth. Mother Nature has many wonderful gifts to share. To find them, you must look, listen, and honor the beauty that's all around you. The end. See you next time.